first day of Pride, and welcome to my very first video of Pridemas. Watch my last video if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. So one recurring thing I will be doing every Monday during Pride is I will be reviewing a different BL OVA that I have not seen before. If you look at the total amount of BL anime that have been released over the course of history, BL anime was basically carried during the 90s and 2000s by sporadic OVA releases. So I've always wanted to get to most of them eventually at some point, and I'll be doing that a bit this month. And I'm kicking off these reviews in Pride itself with Fake. Fake is a one-off OVA adaptation of the manga of the same name released in the late 90s, and I know basically nothing about it other than the fact that I can't escape people randomly, sporadically here and there over the years singing its praises. Also, it's one episode long, and that one episode is an hour, and I will gladly do single episode reviews. The synopsis reads as follows. New York Police Department partners Dee and Randy Ryo McLean are on a vacation in the English countryside, which Dee has sneakily set up as an opportunity to seduce Ryo. As romantic tensions steadily build, Ryo spots a dead body floating in the otherwise tranquil lake. With their intimate holiday suddenly interrupted, the pair must decide what they think is more important, solving the case or each other. Obviously, the answer is both. So now I'm gonna watch it and share my thoughts. See y'all in an hour, except not really. Okay, so I'm done. I've watched the hour-long special. And I do have, obviously I have thoughts, otherwise this video wouldn't fucking exist. Overall, I'll just start off with my score actually. I would give Fake a 7 out of 10. To just kind of, I guess, to belabor the video longer than it needs to fucking be. In terms of my scoring things on a 10 scale, a 10 is like, this is an absolute favorite thing of all time. A 9 is like, this is something, either it's something that was incredible the first time and I don't really want to watch it again, but I thought it was incredible for what it was, or it's just something I really love and there are certain aspects about it that are like kind of preventing it from being a favorite of all time. 8 for me is like, I really enjoyed this thing. It's not a huge favorite, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this thing, would revisit it, would rewatch it, would watch more of it. 7 is kind of like, I don't know that I would watch this again, but I did enjoy myself in this, and maybe if there was a level of incentive, like a second season or a follow-up or something, I would rewatch this to like revisit the story to like refresh myself. 6 is like, I've watched this once, I don't really desire to watch this again. 5 is like, I don't know how I finished it. In like 4 through 1, it's like, I don't like this, I didn't enjoy it. I try to drop things before I get to the point of giving it below a 5, essentially. So generally positive feelings about this. Again, like based off of that, I don't know that I would rewatch it. Like it's not something I'm dying to revisit, but I would definitely watch more of it. I think this is like a pilot episode for a broader Fake series. It's very appealing, and for those that don't know, I think I mentioned it earlier, but just to reiterate, it is adapted from a manga, so in theory, if I really was that interested in the story, I definitely would just read the manga. Am I that intrigued to want to read the manga? No, not particularly. One of the major positives about this, regardless of my personal feelings, is that it made me nostalgic for like classic BL anime in particular, and just stories in general. In terms of like the goofiness, the multiple romantagonists, there's always like an older or same age when I say romantagonist, I mean like romantic antagonist. There's just kind of a short form that I use for that. A Yokozawa and a Sekaiichi Hatsukoi, any member of the Usami family in Gender Romantica, technically Ugetsu and technically Haruki and Given. Depending on your opinion. This was a lot safer, I guess, than I would expect it, not just necessarily in the sexual department, which I was actually, frankly, surprised by this not having any sex, because I feel like majority of the like 90s, 2000s BL OVA that I have consumed have always had at least like one level of a sex scene. And when I say level of a sex scene, not necessarily like a Fukami-kun where like there's a dick out here and we're like really going at it, but usually like either like a cut to black or a dickless Invisidick, whatever your preferred terminology would be. This wasn't that really romantic at all, to be honest. Dee isn't unlikable, but I'm not like, I don't love Dee. Ryo is also likable. Overall, their dynamic is interesting. What I think could get annoying with a series like this is the back and forth of the will they, won't they of it. Because y'all know I love shoujo romance. I love the like push and pull, the will they, won't they. I love the miscommunication tropes and shit like that. Oh, like they looked at each other. Oh, it's better than sex. Type approach is how I feel about shit. So like that's not ever a narrative deterrent for me, but I could see personally, just based on the specifics of this specific instance, because again, those are tropes that do not bother me, but in this specific execution, I could feel it kind of getting dry for me. If we got a refake in 2026, 2027, whatever year, I doubt it. I would definitely like be inclined to try it. Like this is something I would definitely try in like a weekly anime format. I do net like both characters, and I think their dynamic could be interesting, but this like didn't show me enough for me to have any level of investment in it beyond like the minor flashbacks that they have and just their general interactions in this. The politics of it aside, I generally am not really a buddy cop fan. narratively. And this is a recurring thing, especially through 90s and 2000s BL in particular, but I'm not a huge fan of like Yakuza specific or buddy cop stories, which is ironic because they're on different sides of the law. But both recurring themes, I would say, within BL, especially from this time period. But it's just something about like the concrete jungle of it all that does not inspire or spark a lot of like interest or joy within me personally. But I do find like the overall cast of characters to be hilarious. I find like everybody's individual specific, fairly tropey, which again, tropey is not a bad thing. People seem to like have this thing about like using tropey as like a negative adjective when describing things or like critiquing or criticizing or complaining about something. And like tropey is just means that like something utilizes tropes. Like it's a fairly objective descriptor. It's not a negative one. It's like, oh, this character is like a romantagonist, or like this character is like a love interest, or like this character is like the person who's always getting in the way, or like this character is the cockblock in the case of, what was his name? Bicky? Yeah, Bicky. Bicky obviously is intended to be a cockblock character. Same with Carol, I think was her name. I just enjoy the ecosystem, I guess, that this story creates with its characters. To be honest, I was not fully, entirely enthralled through it at any given time because I started it and then I was hungry. So I got a snack. And then I was watching it, and then I paused it again, and then I got another snack. Like, I was very much not locked in. For the first, like, I want to say 15 minutes, I was, like, locked in. And then I started to taper off, and then I was getting snacks. Shit, getting water, going to the bathroom. Like, you know, I was not locked in. After the first 15 minutes or so, I, like, sat through the rest of it. And seeing the B-Boy logo, like, with, like, graphics, like, 2000s, late 90s graphics... It was kind of nice. I don't know. I really appreciated that. That was just like a random aside. So in the beginning, I thought Ryo sounded familiar and that Dee didn't sound familiar. But as I went on, I'm like, okay, Dee is definitely fucking Tomokazu Seki. And by the time the credits rolled, I was able to confirm that. I don't know where I know Ryo from. Ryo, aka Randy, Nobuo Tobita, Ebisu. He's Ebisu and Zetsu. Tomokazu Seki, you know, he's Gilgamesh. He's a billion other characters nowadays. He is, like, again, one of the most prolific and most well-known seiyuu currently working in Japan. And so, like, once Dee started screaming, I knew who it was immediately. Arisa is a character I really liked. R.I.P. The story, okay, let's just cut to the chase and get to the fucking... What's that shit? The mystery or the crime or whatever. So basically the guy who's the hotel owner is, like, out here committing, like, Japanocide. Killing Japanese people because his daughter was killed by 3 random Japanese men who stayed at his hotel. That was like quite a fascinating choice for a crime. It was very fairly surface level, and honestly I kind of appreciated how this was like very fairly hands-off with the case, but the case kind of solved itself, presented itself, and it kind of went, and I kind of enjoyed that like laissez-faire, like blasé approach to a crime in a mystery story, because I feel like most mystery series that I've watched in recent years have like gone way too hard into the whole mystery, and then it just kind of like loses me because it's like too much explanation. This was kind of nice where it's like it just kind of happened, you found out what it was eventually, and it was what it was. Like I kind of like that kind of hands-off approach as opposed to like, we're gonna dissect every fucking hair on this person's head to find out who did it, you know what I'm saying? It's always nice for me when I see characters in BL where it's like you have like a supporting character who like wants the two characters to be together, whether it's like they're like more so typecast as a fujoshi or not. I just think it's like kind of like nice and refreshing. We never found out about her husband, but I would be willing to bet money as someone who has never read the manga and doesn't know spoilers like that her husband comes up as like a antagonist either along the way, or he just pops up in general and they happen to know her and that causes tension or some shit, because I just feel like that this is that kind of story where that kind of thing would happen. Again, coming back to the eroticism, it wasn't really erotic at all. The like peak of the eroticism was Dee groping Ryo a few times, but it was not even like that serious. And then beyond that, there was like some tongue kissing. The tongues were nice, I will say. I always love an interloper trope where like a couple is on vacation and then like a bunch of people show up and like interrupt them. They had 3 whole interlopers in this, which was again hysterical. Berkeley Rose also sounds familiar. Oh, he's Might Guy. That's why he sounds familiar. Who was that goofy little brat? Who was from the agency who like popped up? Oh, JJ, the lesser JJ. I prefer my Yuri on Ice JJ personally, but JJ I thought was actually absolutely hysterical. I think that's just overall my thoughts. I didn't have a lot of thoughts, and this doesn't need to be that long a video. So yeah, overall, again, 7 out of 10. It was fine for what it was. Enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad time. But definitely an interesting way to kick off Pride Month. I'll be doing again another one next week at this time every Monday, so be on the lookout for that. See what series we're doing. Don't worry, the rest of them have more than 1 episode. Next week has 3. That's all. That's the last tease I'm giving you for what next week is. You'll have to lock in. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell to find out what I cover next week. So that's fake. Are you one of the dozens of people in my comment sections or that I've interacted with over the years who sing its praises? Or do you hate it because you can't stand fake people and the title is a trigger? If you're too real, maybe throw your money at a rainbow. This month by donating to my Patreon or clicking the join button to become a channel member, or throw it at some things that really matter, like any of the places in the pinned comment where you can donate your money to good causes such as the Human Rights Campaign. So that's it for day 1. I will be back tomorrow for day 2 where we get a little somber and get our in memoriam segment for the month out of the way. Bye!
My license and my ID, fingerprint, 'cause them find me inside.